It has been 1 year since Braden Buddy Miller died after a brave battle that touched all of our hearts.
We first told you about the new Lothrop 9-year-old when he was diagnosed with cancer in January 2017.
And Pierret shows us how his family has turned this year of loss into a future of hope.
Love your mama.
We love that face and we miss that face, and until we see that face again, we want to see it as much as we possibly can.
Looking around the Millers' home in the years since Buddy passed, he's noticeably absent, but his spirit is not. Lime green was one of Buddy's favorite colors, and it's what unified and helped you identify his many supporters.
Yeah, it's hard to go on some days knowing that he's not there with you, but we find a way, and through faith and through the foundation and through the love of Buddy and the love of family, we get through it.
Buddy's dad, Brad Miller, sat down with me in February 2017 to share the horrific diagnosis.
We've told him he's got monsters in his head that we need to get out, and he's willing to do whatever it takes.
The brain tumor known as DIPG was latched onto his brainstem, and there was no safe way to remove it. Brad and Jenny Miller were given 6 to 9 months with their then 7-year-old son.
To know something's in somebody that you love, that there's nothing anybody can do to fix it.
Really, we have one proven therapy, and that's radiation.
Dr. Carl Koshman is a pediatric neuro-oncologist at C.S. Mott Children's Hospital in Ann Arbor. He took care of Buddy during his 21-month fight against those monsters in his head.
You'd think he wouldn't be paying attention, and then he would crack some joke that you'd be like, well, that's hilarious, and just a really sweet kid.
It was, I think, 7 days before Buddy went to heaven. We were at U of M, and he gave him a hug, and Jenny and I were talking, and we heard crying, and we thought it was Buddy, and it was Dr. K as he was saying goodbye to Buddy.
As Buddy's family says it, the 9-year-old won his fight on October 19th, 2018.
We know he's healed, he's healthy, and he's waiting for us. The ones that lose are us, because we're here without Buddy and the love that he brought us.
Buddy's tumor was removed just a few days after he passed.
Can you see anything like that?
And given to Dr. Koshman to push forward in his efforts to find a cure.
We knew when Buddy's gone, if there's anything left that will help the next poor child or family to go through it, it was not even a question that we had to help in that way too. Plus, we just wanted that tumor out of his head.
We know how it looked when we biopsied at the beginning. How did it change over time? And then we also take cells and immediately put them into culture and grow them and continue to learn from the cells. Buddy's tumor cells are still growing in our incubators.
Some of those cells have also been sent to a lab in Germany. And Dr. Koshman says they've already learned a lot because Buddy's tumor has mutations in 2 genes commonly found in DIPG. One of those is called PDGFRA, which he says has responded well to a drug for leukemia. Their struggle has been how to get that drug into the brain.
And before we had Buddy's cells, we didn't have samples from a patient with DIPG with that alteration to be able to model. And so what we'd like to do is what we learned from his tumor to really bring that back to the clinic for the next patients who have that PDGFRA alteration.
Hope for healing and an eventual cure.
Brad and Jennifer made the ultimate contribution towards research.
Buddy's grandpa, Patrick McDonald, helps run the nonprofit Team Buddy Forever Foundation. They raise funds for research and to provide financial help for other DIPG families in his grandson's honor.
At some point, when a child is diagnosed with DIPG, the doctor will be able to say, this is what you exactly will do. This is the comprehensive care path plan that is now available in the U.S.
It's the unthinkable sacrifice from their family and many others helping doctors get there.
We want to cure fast, and we're going to give whatever we can to help do that.
Ann Pierret, ABC 12 News.
Dr. Koshman's research will be published in papers and shared around the world.
He says because so little has been done, researchers are very well connected as they work for a cure. According to the National Pediatric Cancer Foundation, pediatric cancer only receives 4% of the federal government's research funding, and DIPG gets only 1% of that.
To learn other ways the Team Buddy Forever Foundation is supporting families dealing with the fight they know all too well, just click on this story on our website. JR?
Great story, and thank you to the Millers for their forward thinking. That's an awesome piece.